Great news from the Fed as they're saying, yo, we're getting 2 more cuts this year. Also getting a warning about a market crash. Stellar XLM fans, juicy good news for you. Top 20. Top 20 of what? Well, we're going to learn about that. Ripple, XRP fans, I got you covered. News, price action, along with...
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
My dong is a mile long. I know because I play with it all night. Finish the sentence down below. Bitcoin erases gains. JP Morgan warns of stock crash. Whoa, what's going on? We've got minutes from the Fed, and guess what, everyone? 2 more rate cuts this year. Stellar fans, I got you covered, and Mr. Balchunas has something very juicy for us. Has to do with ETF news. You'll see. It's good. Now, before we get into the action, you know the deal. You, the viewer, matter most. Ugh, that's ugly. So, your comments come at the beginning of every video. My wife comes at the beginning of every session. Exalife Aquatic says, I'll take the lowercase pumperoni because I gave my wife the uppercase pumperoni this morning. Well done. Golf clap. Golf clap. Yeah, the market right now, lowercase dumperoni. That's a lowercase d. I mean, you know, this is going to happen. Government shutdowns, gold and silver absolutely roaring. James Bradley says, hi, Klaus. Started getting into crypto at the start of this year. Ooh, you picked a hell of a time to get in. One of the first references I know from South Park. Yeah, thank you for sharing it. Thanks for everything you do for us. So glad I found your channel on YouTube. Well, thank you to all the new subscribers, OG viewers, and those of you who are about to hit the subscribe button right now. Absolute freaking legends. Bitcoin, 120,756. ETH is 42.98. ETH is holding up pretty good during this. BNB down 4%. Players are going to take profits. Why? BNB all-time highs. XRP down almost 3%. Sol down 1.3%. Big news for Sol. We'll get into it. But first, altcoin season index. Are you serious? 42 out of 100, girl. We really going flat. You know what ain't flat? Volume. 206 billion exchanges making money. So, Bitcoin erased the gains. JP Morgan warns of a stock crash. Wall Street's main indexes posted subdued gains. However, JP Morgan says it's a matter of time before they crash. On Wednesday, minutes from the Fed's September meeting, as seen by crypto politician, revealed that around half of the policymakers expect 2 more rate cuts by the end of this year. This marked a more dovish stance from the central bank. So you're like, well, why didn't crypto start rallying on that bullish guidance from the Fed? There's a lot of other big bullshit going on right now. And the market's like, look, you might cut it 2 more times, but you probably should have cut it 6 months ago before you f***ed the economy. This is kind of what happens when Jerome overcooks the bird. It's Jerome, always late to the party. Powell, that's what's on his business card. In response, markets react with gains across equities, cryptos, and commodities. Now we're seeing a pullback from this. Why? More volatility. Market watchers say that the ongoing bull market will continue, but JP Morgan says no. With the U.S. government shutdown, investors of all classes have managed to find solace in Bitcoin and other assets. Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin's still at 120,000 is still holding its own very well. That's why the altcoin season index has slid so much, because BTC has held its gains. Remember when BTC was near the bottom of the pile? Remember where there was hardly any red? Now look, you got a shit ton of red, girlfriend. Who's at the bottom of the red pile? Pikecoin. I'm just sharing with you the news. I don't make the news. I just share it. Now you can see that there's not as many in the green above it. All right, gold miners surge 126%, crushing AI stocks and Bitcoin in the rally. Essentially what's happening here is the safe haven play of gold is extending to gold stocks as well. This insane rally in gold mining stocks is tied directly to the metal zone boom, with prices shooting up 52% at the start of the year. Juicy. That means Barrick Mining and all the other players out there are making some good money. It's been a good year for gold stocks. They have more cash than they know what to do with, which means the debt crisis won't affect them in terms of a personal thing because they'll have cash to weather the storm. So if credit facilities dry up, these gold miners are going to be good to go, baby. These companies have seen their profits explode because most of their production costs are fixed. Fuel's not that crazy high. Machines they're able to do because they've bought most of their freaking machines. So when gold prices jump, all that extra value goes straight to the bottom line. All right. Here's the good news for Sol and all crypto fans. Bitwise, not playing around, proposes a low fee for its Solana staking ETF as the official launchers. Okay, I told y'all that the Rex Osprey thing was a piece of shit, right? I said, look, they're charging like 0.7 or 0.75% for fees. I said, no one's really going to get into that. It's going to be a small nothing burger. And no, that's exactly what happened. They have now designated a 2% of fees. So less than a third of the Rex Osprey one. And they're staking tied into this. This means you could park your money there and earn on that shit. Yo. So if you've got lots of money, lots of zeros at the end of your bank account, wouldn't you rather pay 0.2% fee than 0.75? Here's why. A lot of these other players out here are going to offer low fees like that for those XRP ETFs. In a Wednesday amendment to its registration statement, Bitwise formally renames its fund to the Bitwise Solana Staking ETF, while including languages that enables it to seek to provide exposure to the value of Solana held by the trust. The firm also said it would charge a 0.2% unitary management fee, a single charge that covers the entire operating cost of the fund. Woo! Woo! This is awesome. This is what Mr. Balchunas said. Oh, by the way, everything you've seen in this video and all my other videos, they're all linked in the description below. By the way, start a hockey season. Any hockey fans in the house? Hawks do not do so good. Bitwise not playing around. Plans to charge just 0.2% for their spot Solana ETF. Thought we'd see higher first. Well, you did from Rex Osprey and all them fucking losers. Seriously, the Rex Osprey one, that is just a money jump garble for them. They probably figure it's going to end up there anyways. So just do it now. Veteran Terradome move right there. Low fees have near perfect record of attracting investors, so good sign of inflow potential. Yeah, and we're going to see those Ripple XRP ones the week of October 18th to the 25th. Now let's talk about stablecoins and Stellar. Why? Because Stellar is now in the top 24 stablecoins. 246 million on their chain. Now to put it out there, in the top 10 is Avalanche, right? That rounds out the top 10 with 1.9 billion. So you can see a pretty big gap between number 20 and number 10. But what's really cool about this is you could go on to Stellar's data right here and find out, well, what makes up their stable coins, and it's USDC. Oh, pretty interesting. Then AUDD, EURC, and a bunch of other weird ass shit. Here's the actual market cap. You can see they have some run-ups in terms of market cap, right? And then pullbacks, run-ups and pullbacks. I just thought I would show this to you because it's really cool to see Stellar in the top 20 for stable coins. 246 million, you know, I mean, it's I'll put one for you. So Toncoin has 820 million on their chain. Aptos 1.2 billion. Polygon 2.44. Arbitrum 4.3. Base from Coinbase 4.6. Hyperliquid 6 billion. Holy shit. And you know who the bigs are? ETH 160 billion and Tron next with 77.5 billion. So Stellar's got a way to go, but you broke into the top 20. Inflows, yes, we're seeing them. Institutional players are buying the dip, even though the dip for them isn't really happening as much. See, the dip is happening more for altcoins. That's why your altcoin season index is slid. That's why your CoinMarketCap 20 index is slid as well. That's why a whole bunch of these things have slid. Because BTC is only down 2%, while ETH is down 4, BNB is down 5, XRP is down 3.2. And I said, what? We would be range bound between this 270 mark and the 310 mark. And, well, we're headed right for that 270 mark. 278 right now. Volume, 5.4 billion. So a lot of downside volume action for XRP. This is your 1 month candlestick look for you. 7 day does not look much better. 7 days down 8%. And the 1 day, yeah, we're going to see how low can you go. Well, right now we're at 278. But we might have more red coming because JP Morgan says, dude, this shutdown is not going to be good for the stock market. Well, it's not going to be good for the alts either because it delays regs, delays ETFs, and the safe haven play of BTC roars while the risky plays don't roar. Don't believe me? Well, here's the chart for silver right here. Some players took some profits. And here's the chart for gold. Players took profits as well. That's why I've always been a really big proponent of hedging all my crypto purchases with gold and silver, because one is risky, the other one is super boring. So if stuff goes poopy with the risky stuff, your boring stuff is roaring and you're like, oh baby, I love you. I just want to, shiny stuff. I got excited. And that's what a lot of big players do. And in fact, it's not just crypto markets. A lot of people around the globe hedge with gold and silver. The boring shit. Gold goes up 2% and everyone's like, yeah, this is freaking awesome. It's just how gold is. But it's great for times like this when volatility are here, when uncertainty is here, when Jerome may have overcooked the turkey, aka you're going to see a recession, you're going to see some job problems because he left rates too hot for too long. Gold's a good play for that. And all those gold mining stocks, well, they're making money now because a lot of their costs are very easily manageable. And to be honest with you, these players got it down pat. So they were making money when gold was 2,000. Now that gold's 4,000, they're making money. So risky? Yes, but I hedge that risk with boring shit. Is it boring when it's up a lot? No. I bring you news, good, bad, happy, or sad, not hopium, along with a little bit of insight on why these boring things are moving. That's why digital gold, Bitcoin, is doing good compared to the alts right now. That's why the altcoin season index has slid to 42. The digital boring stuff, gold, right? It's boring. I know, Bitcoin boring. It's kind of weird to think about, but it is. Bitcoin boring, altcoins risky. Boring right now is winning. Risky needs the government to open back up so we can get back to worrying about ETFs, regaronis, and all that other juicy stuff. Choo-choo what? Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm sitting at home right now, hanging out. I had a good run, a really strong workout. I took both dogs out for a run. The little one does not like running because he's a scaredy cat. So it's choo-choo running hard 2 days back-to-back in a row. Bitches. And I feel decent.